So here I am in this mentality, in this space, and understanding that the separation process is a replication of every single characteristic of all of us in individual pretenses with no universal power, only left with unconditional love to instill that in yourself to make that the basic. So therefore you can couple and add everything else on top of that, which makes us divine beings. Once again, it's almost like separating yourself to plant individual divine seeds so that you can create a bunch of divine beings, right? So that was that process that I was saying. So it was crazy being in this mindset because I'm thinking, well, if that's the case, maybe I can just take some of these negative things out and go back down there and then we on and popping. When I tried to remove things, coming back I was glitching. It was like I couldn't come back because I took the things out. So then when I did land, my body wouldn't stay. It was like click, 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 click. You got to go back and get that. So it was like meditation was so easy because of the missing pieces. And I went right back real fast, right back up. And as I go back up through this process, I get there and it's like, put it back. So I had to put it all back in. And then I was coming back. What was crazy was this was only supposed to take 15, 20 minutes. It was going on for almost 45 minutes, close to an hour. Literally, no heartbeat, no nothing. You're dead. You know what I mean? And when you come back, you literally feel the air separate the flesh from your lungs being closed. You feel the skin go like this. You feel it you feel it and the air fills back up. You feel the blood rush back down into your veins like it literally stopped. That feeling right there, that's not an illusion. That's just a real feeling. That's just the wetness of skin, how it's damp, but it's like it's kind of like khaki, and you can feel that how it lays on each other, and then the air comes and fills it back up, and then it touches one more time, and then it get close and it touches that last time and doesn't do it no more, and it's pumping normal. But you remember that feeling. At this age, your body remembers that feeling. The blood going in, being pumped, your body remembers that like, yo, the blood literally stopped. The pineal is a strong thing. I remember hearing a high-pitched sound before I went through the tunnel and ended up being into the space or seeing myself as the golden line. The pitch was so loud, it drained out everything else that was around me. I didn't hear anything else. And it kept becoming so loud until the reality changed. It was like the sound moved the reality out of the way. This process that I went through that allowed me to see this, when I came back and I was whole, I hugged myself so hard and so long, and I cried. I cried in a way that I didn't know existed as far as giving emotional aspect to tears. I didn't know that existed. The way I felt when I hugged myself, it was just a different feeling. And I cried. It was like I knew I left me. It was like I knew I've been leaving me behind through life, and I wasn't giving myself the credit for what I've did through conquering things or how I stood and fought, and I didn't give myself the love. It's because so many things outside of the world was appearing to affect the value of what I was. And once you get this experience and it's laid into you, now there is nothing outside of that that is more important than the focus just on yourself. And it's not that type of focus. It's not like, well, I'm selfish, I'm mean. It's not that type of focus. It's you being so careful with yourself. You literally being careful with yourself, and you start understanding the true value of what you are. You're looking at your hands, your skin, the follicles of hair. You start remember the things you would have did to yourself in the past. You remember the way you laughed, how your face moves. You fall in love with yourself. You literally fall in love with the creation of you. And this is not arrogance. This is pure unconditional love. How else will you ever understand patience until you first understood that you've been impatient with your own self? People are gonna run away from what they don't understand because that still is sharp, yo, and it's strong, and it will carve up some weak steel. But you running away from it because you know it's real. It's so strong. You feel it. That's why you turn away from it. I ain't ready for that yet. I'd rather things be a little easy. I'd rather things be a little easier. I mean, what's easy? I think it's a confusing aspect to believe that life has an easy road. I think the only understanding is knowing who you are and how capable you are in yourself. The things that come with that. I think that's the only easy road. I think life gonna be how it is because divine makes life in a chaotic motion. You walk outside barefoot, you're gonna feel every lump under your feet. That's how it's supposed to be. You are built for that value, to feel every indifference. So it would be more imperative to understand the capabilities of why you are like this and what else you can do besides just feel everything around you. Because if you can feel it, I'm pretty sure you can maneuver, you can hover, you can dodge and weave. You might be able to control some of that. Divine don't make no mistakes. We do. And we don't allow ourselves to go to the full extension of what we are. We stay in little areas like our heart space or our head space or your lower area. You stay in these small areas of your body, not combining or understanding the collection of energy, how they move into a unison that allows you to move through the universe and dimensional aspect. Being a golden being of all things. That is divine. And as divine separates itself into pieces, it makes little versions. No matter how far we fall down, even if we oxidize and lose the golden energy, we are still seeds of the divine. If a fruit falls off of the tree, it got flesh on it. It's nice and colorful. It's beautiful. But as soon as it hits the ground, all the flesh breaks away and the seeds are left. And they look dark. That's when you know they're ready to grow. So stop letting people tell you something wrong with you because you're dark right now. Don't let nobody hate on you. Stop letting people put you in the mentality of a color or a value or a shape or a size. Wherever you are at your bottom right now, you're supposed to be right there. You just might be the seed that's about to grow. So understand it's not what's going on with you. It's how much you nurture what's going on with you. Naga.